Okay. I'm gonna update. Need to add a title to this. Gonna add, let's see. Go to text. Working on. And let's just change this. There you go. Whoa. Okay, I think that's good to go. I hope. Let's see. Wonder if this has like a chat pop out thing. Oh, this is, yeah. So Restream has a chat thing that I can download. Maybe I need to do that. Maybe I just need to get the chat app so I can. Oh, I can open in browser. There we go. Okay, so I could have this on this half, have that on that half. There we go. Okay, so now I should be able to see chat over there. Got that. Cool. All right, now let's check up on things and make sure that I'm actually streaming places, because that would be good if I'm actually like live places. That would be good. Okay. Yeah, looks like I am looks like I'm live on Facebook. That's good. And awesome. Cool. Awesome. All right. And Twitch just popped up from my dashboard on my phones. Okay, so I think I'm good. I think I'm good everywhere. Cool. Hi Seth. Good to see you. Oh, this is cool. On the Restream chat, I can comment Twitch specifically, YouTube specifically, or I guess Restream. If I comment as the Restream profile, I guess that goes everywhere. It's kind of interesting. It says I can only read on Facebook though. Like I can't actually post to a Facebook comment through the Restream chat. Oh yeah, yeah. Rogar, his name is yeah, Tim. Roger, I can't remember what Roger's name on Twitch is. I want to say it was something something kind of similar to Rogar the Red. All right, cool. I'm glad everything's working. So I was looking at let's see, I had downloaded a really good reference for the Asajj Ventress Dark Disciple lightsaber, which apparently is also like they used that design for Darth Maul's Season 7 Clone Wars lightsaber, where it's like half his and half the Dark Disciple blade. Yeah, it's I was really happy to find that Restream did that, and because it's I wasn't like super sure about like if Restream was gonna work on my system, but it seemed to be working okay. And yeah, it like pulls everything. I'm actually on YouTube right now as well. Of course, that YouTube channel doesn't really have any followers, so oh, here we go. I put them in their own folder. So this is the the Dark Disciple lightsaber and the season 7 Darth Maul lightsaber had, if I can, had like Dark Disciple on one side and then his classic design on the other, like half and half. So, and it's like, it looks like a pretty close, like it looks pretty exact, like part for part from this shot of season 7 Clone Wars to the concept art of the Ventress lightsaber concept art from Clone Wars, which was just an unused Ventress concept art, but ended up being called the Dark Disciple blade because it had, in the Dark Disciple novel, then this is the lightsaber that she would have been carrying in that novel. Headed for Nebraska tomorrow. Oh man, that's quite a trip. You're gonna go. I guess you're gonna go see the family and stuff. What a time to be traveling too, because like we're getting freezing temperatures tonight, and it's supposed to like snow tomorrow or something, like crazy. Okay, so I think this is the best reference I have as far as like the length of this piece. In the other, oh yeah, here's this one, this reference, which is also pretty similar in the it just shows me a slightly different, actually that looks like the same picture, doesn't it? Like that's just the concept art just blown up. So that's that's the same picture. But as far as the hilt length, I've got to kind of guess at it because, oh no way, wow. Well, I hope you're excited about it. That's got to be a really big deal, man. So it looks like it, you know, from the sizes, it looks like it divides this straight in half. So I could literally go look at my Darth Maul design, and then we can just match it, or close to it. Where did I put it? Prequel sabers. Here we go. Oh yeah, you guys can't see my data panel on this because I cropped it. There we go. I got to remember to live in this area here, kind of on the right side of my screen. All right, so if I get rid of all that stuff and the adapter, because this is the part that we'd be like attaching the Dark Disciples hilt to. And if we want it to look like it's half and half, then 244. That's kind of short, isn't it? It's a little short. Did it have the pommel section, or did it stop at the black grip on where they were joined together? Oh, okay, so it stopped on the, so this extra pommel area. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so that's going to be our pommel area. All right, so 244 minus the pommel, without the pommel. With the pommel, it'll be longer, which seems about right. Where is my image? What the heck, man? That didn't show up at all. Is it just too small? What's going on here? What the heck? Okay, that's weird. Canvas is not showing up. I guess, let's see. How big is this image? Oh, that's a tiny, tiny image. Okay, that's probably why. Maybe we need to find another source for this image that's like bigger. Okay, it's this image. Okay, that's the tiny version of the image. This one looks like line art and rendering. That one is a lot bigger. But then it's also a doubled image, so maybe not that much better. I mean, it's better than the other one, so maybe I'll go for that. Is there another image that's maybe... No. Okay, I'm just gonna grab this one. All right, so we got that one, and I thought there was an option to search by image, or like find other versions of it or something. Maybe it's under see more. I remember Google Images used to have a thing where it was like, you know, you could just look at other sizes of a particular image. I don't remember how to get to it. That's a pretty small image as well. It looks like other people have modeled this out before, but I want to make it in my system and make it a part of my stuff too. So just for the fun of it. Okay, hopefully this one's a little bit better. Oh, there we go. We can actually see this one, so that's good. There we go. So now, just need to calibrate this at about 244. There we go. Am I still on Facebook? I should probably open up Facebook just to make sure that I'm still here. There we go. Okay. I'm always worried that Facebook is gonna like kick me because I have some quiet music playing, you know, in the background. Oh, hey man, yeah, I saw you just got a... Nick, you just got a 3D printer, right? That you were playing around with. So yeah, this is Fusion 360. This is the program I use for modeling pretty much anything. I'm gonna make that a little bit smaller. Move that over there. Yeah, you know, I thought it was the V2 because of the hot end, because mine doesn't look like that. Mine's the version 1 of the Ender 3, but I also have a CR10S, which is the main one that I use. I don't really use the Ender as much anymore. I need to buy some stuff for it and rebuild it a little bit, try to make it a little bit higher quality, because it got a little worn down. Okay, I need to move this so that we can get a little bit closer to the middle here. There we go. That looks good. Yeah, we'll make it from this view first, and then figure it out from there. I'm thinking that it's gonna be. I want to try the emboss tool on this one for the grip section. I want to see if the emboss tool works. I know there's other ways we could potentially do it, but I kind of want to see what the emboss tool does for that, because it's just pretty simple. I think what we'll start with is this tube with all the holes in it. I feel like that's going to be something good to start with. Just need to figure out how big it is. So let's go create a sketch, and I need to actually, you know what, make some reference lines first. That's what we need to do. Okay, so the radius of this inner tube is going to be around 16 to 16 and a half. Let's do 16 and a half just to be safe. Okay. So now I'm going to make a sketch this way. And we're going to do 33. I'm thinking about this, and I think I need to go larger in diameter, because the rest of the sabers usually average around 40 millimeters on the smallest circumference. So I feel like I need to start at 40 with those, so that all the connectors fit the way that they do on the other sabers. Wanted to use this to aid with machining. Figure it was time to jump on board. Use Mastercam for CNCs. Fusion 360 does do CNC stuff as well. The free version is a little bit limited in what it can do for CNC. It might be a little bit more accessible to people that are very new to CNC, because it's very visual, and it helps you build your cam file without really knowing, the language. But Fusion 360 is really great for manufacture and fabrication. It also has a simulation mode where you can see, where weight loads are going to lead to deformity or failure, dependent upon the material that you choose. Of course, I just use mine just more of kind of like an art thing, where I'm just kind of, I'm more just doing this to make models to print for fun, just for props and stuff. So I'm not really looking at the engineering side as much, but Fusion is a pretty powerful tool, and it will definitely do that. If I go from 33 to 40 on the canvas, it's going to make it super long. So I think what we're going to end up with is just about the same length, but maybe a little bit just more girth. Let me see if I can. Let me see what our calibration says for the image currently. Yeah, so that's like 32, 33. If I take this up to 40, and then go to calibrate again, then my overall length then becomes, that's 300 is a little bit too much. Let's split the difference and go 280, because I was at 240, and between 240 and 300, 280 is not quite the middle, but 280. What is 280 in English? I think it's where I want to be. 280 is like 11 something, right? 11 even. I could go shorter than that. I could go 260. 260 would be passable. Yeah, let's go just a little bit shorter. 260. And then we'll just it'll be a little bit, have a little bit more girth than the image, but it'll work out better for printing and stuff. So all right, we need our origin there so I can get this to line up right about the middle. All right, so now I should be able to go 40 with this. Make a quick line, offset it, make both those lines construction lines, and then access my trim tool to trim right between them and break the circle. Once I have a broken circle, I can go to my sheet metal tools, and I'm going to create a flange out of this. And try to figure out about how long I need it. Let's see, go 2 sides so we can fill that out. And we need to be on the inside. So it's 40 millimeters around the outside like that. Hit OK. And then we come in here and we extrude a tiny little section so that I can grab that little flat piece and unroll it. Okay. Yeah, it's, oh man, it really, if you want to toy around with just making models that you can print, Fusion is, if you're already familiar with CAM software and CAD software, this is going to be like a piece of cake, honestly. Let me see if I can, I'm going to shorten my window up a little bit here and move it over. So maybe you can see more of what I'm doing. Oh, there we go. We'll put that there and we'll just do like that. There we go. Okay. Slightly smaller space for me to work in, but not a big deal. Because now you can see, like, you know, when you're building stuff in here, it builds it all in a hierarchical tree, and you have, you know, a range of tools to work with, and it's all about drawing and extruding, or basically tooling it into usable shapes. So it's, to me, it was a much smaller learning curve than something like Blender, where Blender is like, you know, more like modeling with clay, and there's a bunch of like, and if you want to get into different tools like more like parametric modeling, it man, I couldn't get the hang of it. I really couldn't. But as soon as I opened Fusion and I got used to the sketching tools, oh man, it was super easy. All right, so I want to figure out the dimensions of this guy. So we're at 130 by about 115.9. Okay, so then we open up Illustrator. Okay, so it was, oh, I need to redo this document in friggin' millimeters. New millimeters. There we go. Okay, and it was, what was it? 115.9 by 130. Okay, artboard size doesn't really matter for this, because all we really need to do is just make a bunch of circles that I can then repeat a whole bunch of times. Oh, Oh, what am I thinking? I don't need to do this in Illustrator. I can do a pattern of circles in Fusion. That's so easy. What was I thinking? Okay, what I do need though is I need to see about how big the circles are. So let's go back to here. I just want to see. So about 5 millimeters that way. So I guess I could go, yeah, I could go 5 millimeter holes on this, and it looks like they alternate. Okay, that should be doable. Okay, so I want to create a sketch on my sheet metal surface. Go back this way again. And I want to create my first circle. And just kind of move that within about 1 millimeter of each side. All right. So then I can create a rectangular pattern. Okay, and then we'll just up the quantity until it looks about right. Maybe about 10. We'll see how that looks. And then this way, need this to be closer to that edge too. So I probably need to add one more that way. And then we want this to be every other row because we have to shift. Or I guess I could make all the rows and then just pick alternate rows and shift them over. So I could fill it all in and then just select individual rows to shift. I guess I need to know if the things would overlap. They get close, but there is just a tiny bit of space between them if you lined them up, so we'll just go back to this. So I can get this where they almost touch. And then I can just shift them in between. So probably need a little bit less space between them. Maybe about like that. 13 or 14. Oh yeah, it is. It's very easy to navigate. Being able to change your view, turn things on and off. It makes doing these processes really much faster than some other programs out there for sure. Okay, so I think, so if I shifted this over to like there, you know, where they meet up in the middle. You know, let's go 15. All right, cool. Then if I want to see if this works, I want to see if I can grab just those, move them. Oop. Nope, it doesn't want to do that. The reason it doesn't want to do that is because it remembers my pattern. So if I click on my pattern constraint and delete my pattern constraint, means that I can't edit the pattern. But it should let me move things. Haha. That looks pretty right on. Okay, so if I just grab every other row and do that, then we should end up with what we want. So I could grab this, oops, that one, that one. Holding down shift to add to my selection. There we go. Oop. Nope, I don't want you. There we go. And I don't need that vertex or that vertex. There we go. Then right click, go to move copy, and we moved it this way, 3.75. Wow. All right, cool. So then these profiles are automatically split because of the surface that I put them on. So then all I need to do is make some half circles that go this way as well. So I just need to go down the way and copy. Wrong way. Okay, got them all. Move copy, create copy, and then we just move them over this way. That looks about right. Doesn't have to be exact. We're just going for, you know, for that piece right there anyway. All right. So that finishes the sketch. Then I should be able to, if I go in and I select everything, or actually, you know what I should do? Not do that. I should, come on, there we go. Hit extrude first, and then select almost everything. And then I'm just going to deselect the space between them. That's okay, Edward. You can be confused, and that is valid. There we go. All right. What is going on? Why aren't you? What do you mean you only have one profile selected? Oh, come on, don't make me pick all these individually. Okay, well, I mean, that got most of them. Okay, these I have to be a little bit more careful about to make sure I'm not hitting the wrong spot. Because I have to leave. I have the that little strip that I put on the left there. I have to leave that alone in order for this to work. So this pattern is for the Dark Disciple lightsaber. It's like an interior kind of vent thing that you can see through. It's kind of interesting. Here, I'll show you after we get this punched through, because this extrude we have to punch all the way through. So we just drag that down. Fusion automatically guesses that what I wanted was a cut, though it has different operations: joining, cutting, intersecting, making new bodies. But I can just hit OK on that because cutting is what I wanted to do. And then I end up with a perforated material. And then I should be able to go back to sheet metal tool and be able to refold it.
It's not exactly clear whether they
Where's the refold faces? There we go. Let's see if that worked.
If they
There we go.
One day physics finds a use for them.
So when I refold the sheet metal face, then it goes back to the original cylinder shape. And for reference, Mario, it's that tube that sits inside of all of this stuff here with the perforations, and it looks like we almost lined up perfectly with the holes in the design. So that was pretty good. It looks like maybe there was more holes this way. We hit this way almost on the dot. It looks like I got them just a little bit too close this way. So I could go back and fix that. I could go back and you know, expand these out like a tiny bit, and I probably should have drawn like a grid that gave me a better idea of how things were gonna fit. But honestly, I think it looks good, so I don't know that it needs changing. Like, if somebody really gets that that picky, then, you know, I don't know. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So there should have been... Oh, you know what though? My tube is bigger than this design, so it's going to be different because we're making it for the connectors and stuff. So yeah. All right, so we're going to turn off the canvas, and we need to close this up. So to do that, all I need to do is go back to solid. I'm going to revolve this this profile around our central axis, and it's going to automatically pull it 360 degrees and like think that I'm trying to cut everything, but I'm going to put 2 degrees because I want it to just overlap this stuff, like not very far. 1 degree doesn't quite do it, so maybe like 1.5. Okay, so now it's like cutting into that face, and all I have to do is hit join and hit OK. And now those two faces are those are joined together. It's still a sheet metal body, so to break that, usually what I do is I take it into surface mode, and then I delete surfaces and then repair the surfaces, and then stitch it back together as a body. Now this thickness, 2.5 millimeter thickness, that's a pretty decent thickness for this particular like mesh tube thing. We could cut this thinner if we wanted to, but in surface mode I can just delete that face and that face and that one too. Oh, that was kind of weird looking. What's wrong with that? My revolve didn't quite line that up. Weird. Okay, we're gonna go back a little bit. I think, okay, maybe if we try, there's a tool called press pull. If I press pull, nope, it doesn't want to do that. It is very angry about that. It doesn't want to do that. Let me try revolve again. How weird. Okay. It's revolving. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. I'm supposed to revolve these faces. Because what I here, I know what because this is technically a flat face, and so we need to extrude that back into itself to cut it off, and then revolve to get rid of it. So if I subtract 0.5 millimeter, then it should cut back. There we go. Okay, now I'm doing it right. They could be on Facebook if they want to, Tim. Rogar, I don't know how you want me to call you. Okay, now I can take Revolve. And I can grab the faces on one side. Doesn't matter which side. And then grab my central axis. And take that 3 degrees over. And everything lines up very nicely. I just need to join. And where the overlap is, it's gonna leave some extra faces behind. So what we should probably, let's see, if I go 2, or you know, I guess what I could do is do 1.5 that way, and then revolve join from the other side, maybe. Try to get these things to meet in the middle. There are some who call me Tim. Oh, that'd be really cool, man. You don't have to host me via your account, but that would be really cool. There we go. Okay, so now there should be less overlap, less weirdness going on. Maybe if I take this one out to 2. Okay. Cool. So it does have some extra faces there, but if I didn't have edges on, you wouldn't see those faces because they're all perfectly flat. And if we go to our top view, you can't even really tell that these are like weirdly joined circles. It was almost perfect, like how the half circles worked out. So wow, lucky me. That just kind of worked out in my favor. So we don't really need to do anything with this. What I'll probably do is I will go ahead and delete one edge, and then we'll just refill that in with a patch, and then that'll make it a solid body instead of a sheet metal body. And I don't know if I really need to do that, but I like working with solid bodies when I get to the part where I'm like, you know, kind of packaging files and stuff and exporting. So, well, yeah, we can't have streaming goals unless I hit affiliate again, and I don't know if we're going to do affiliate. If I'm offered affiliate, might not. Yeah, it's super user friendly, and you can get a free license for Fusion as a hobbyist or, well, personal use it's called. So they have a personal use license, and as long as you're just using it for personal stuff, like, I mean, technically I think I'm on the education license, because being a teacher at Mizzou has a few perks here and there. But the personal license you can get, and as long as you like tell them you're not going to like have an income based on using the program, then they'll let you use the program. And it's the limits on its features are like it won't do multi-axis cam and stuff like that, but just for building STL files for 3D printing, totally usable. So since I deleted that, I can just hit patch, and I should be able to patch. Or no, you know what we should do? We should use one called Loft so that we can loft from here to here and just fill that in. So I deleted it, I filled it back in, then I'm going to stitch. Green means good, we hit OK, and now it's a solid body. And then if I want to make this thinner, then all I have to do is come in here. We'll grab an offset. And this is, what do we say, 2.5? So we could, yeah, we could shave a millimeter out of that. Just hit OK on that offset. Finish that. And then extrude this profile right down the middle. Now there is a way that I could modify the sheet metal rules so that I work with a thinner material. It's, oh, where is it? Parameters. Yeah. So under parameters, when you're working, as you add things to your model, you get parameters, and you can open up those parameters, and you can change those thicknesses through here, and it would essentially do exactly the same thing I did, just without that extra step of the extrusion through there. The extrusion is like the easier thing to do. Messing with parameters is a little bit more advanced, I guess, but it is good. It would be good if I got used to using parameters more often, for sure. All right, so we've got that now. Let's open this back up, and let's grab a sketch, and let's plot out some of these other sleeve parts. I'm gonna say that the emitter starts at the end of our perforated material, so emitter is gonna go from there to there, and then what I consider the switch section will be basically the entire section of the perforated material, and then the sleeve section will be this grip area, and then that'll be the pommel, just as I kind of lay it out. So we're gonna call this switch inner cover. Yeah, I know, Rogar. I know it's, I know those were cool, but I mean, if I go affiliate on Twitch, then I can't simultaneously stream to YouTube and Facebook, and you know, there are some people on Facebook that still watch, you know, here and not on Twitch, and then it's convenient to live stream to YouTube at the same time, because then I don't have to upload it later, and it's just archived on YouTube for me. Whereas, you know, Twitch, if I forget to download the video, then it just like poof, it's just gone forever. Our part 1 of the Western lightsaber is just gone because I forgot to download it. So I don't have any way of having that archived. Like it's just gone. Like there's a couple of other lightsabers that we did last year that are they're just gone. All right, I'm gonna move the canvas up so that I can see this at 40 millimeters. So okay, so what I need to do is I need a reference line that is 20 tall that way. Okay, so that gives me a reference of like where our lightsaber is going to be.
If it's an accident, that's an error that feels good, then you leave it in.
You know what I need to do? I need to open up. I need to open this up. I need to look at, like, here, let's finish that sketch. I need to see how big our connectors are again, because I feel like if I can make this smaller, I should make it as small as I can. So this is 16.1, 10-sided. Okay, so that is the connector size. So this sleeve thing could butt up almost to that. So we could make this smaller. Okay. I want to see something. I want to see if I can press pull. Well, hang on. I'm going to get rid of that action. Remake part 1 with hand puppets.
But it's not a thing about making it.
You know, there was a time that like I was I was convinced that I was gonna like
Getting on that
make Muppet versions of the steampunk characters, and we were gonna have like a Muppet webisode of adventures with them, like, you know, some kind of magical curse happened and they all turned into Muppets kind of thing. And I actually hired an artist to make Judge into a Muppet design so that I could like build it. It never happened, but it was really fun to look at the art and stuff. Okay, so if I shave off a millimeter around the outside, then that would make this thing 38 instead of 40. Let's see. Let's see. As far as the connector goes, the first like. Okay, yeah, there's a bunch of see-through stuff here, so our connector needs to be smaller than the perforated material, because we can see the perforated material through that stuff.
Leave it in.
That's what I was afraid of.
You know, you want those.
So we can get closer to this, I think. All right, so what I want to do is I want to grab, press pull. I want to grab this. I want to see if I can pull it inward a little bit more. If it's going to let me do that. It did. That totally worked. I did not think that was going to work, but it totally did. All right, so I can't... Let's not go in a full millimeter. Let's see what happens when we go in 0.5. Oh man, that's almost perfect. Oh, that just barely misses. Okay. All right. So I pulled that in as far as it would go. And now I should be able to... Here, let's make another new sketch. And I want to offset this. Actually, before I do that, I want to measure first. What's our thickness currently? 3. I should have known that. So, like, as far as thicknesses on this, 2 printer head thicknesses would be 0.8. 3 printer head thicknesses would be 1.2. So 1 millimeter would technically be okay, unless this is like part of the major structure at some point. Okay, yeah, that's the only part of the structure through this section here. So I guess it does need to be a little bit thicker. So like maybe 1.6 millimeters thick. All right, so let's do an offset of minus 1 point, or let's see, if I want, oh, let's just do 1.5. That's easier number. All right, so then I want to grab the outside, and we're just going to cut that off. There we go. Okay, so, oh, I got rid of some of those extra faces too. That's good. So that makes this 37. Okay, so 37 is the smallest that we can go. So let's open this back up. Not you. There we go, this guy. We'll make a edit sketch. So 37 divided by 2 is 18.5. All right, so that's where I need to move the image to make this work. There, that lines up pretty well. So this reference line just tells me like where this is going to exist. It's not going to line up perfectly because you know our girth is going to be a little bit more than the design. But I want the length to be the same. Oh my gosh. Just do an entire 3D modeling thing where it's a hand puppet here where my face is and still like clicking around and stuff, but it's just a Muppet the whole time. I don't know if I could, like, I guess I could do that with my left arm and then just like set my camera like way up there, so I'm just like holding him in front of me, like up here somewhere, and it's just me clicking around. Like I have a puppet, like not of me, but I have a puppet in the closet back there that I bought at a convention when me and Larry were gonna do when me and Larry were designing some web videos for YouTube. We thought, oh man, it would be so funny to have puppets and do like puppet stuff for YouTube, and we kind of played around with it a little bit, but never actually really made anything with it. It was fun though. All right, so I'm gonna make another new sketch now that I've got that worked out. Let's go ahead and make our sleeve section parts that are going to fit over this. And for this, I don't think... Do I need another sheet metal? I guess it'd be easier with a sheet metal with a sheet metal material, just to cut these out. Unless I wanted to try that emboss tool. Let's try the emboss tool. I want to see if the new emboss tool works better. All right, so this should be, see, that says 19.7. Let's do 19.75 by 65. Just like to make it pre-record the rendering session, then just react to your own video via puppet shenanigans. Oh, but then, you know, I mean, I would be working, I guess I'd be like, I would record me just making the model, and then I would just be talking to you guys just as the puppet or something. Okay, so I have this. I know what I could do to make these empty sections here. Oh, you know what? Duh, that's so easy. Okay. I know what I need to do. $10 by 8, that's pretty easy. Cool. This one, 15 by 8. All right. All right, and then mirror. That stuff across that. Or I guess, no, because this is, you know what, because it's symmetrical, we're going to make half a thing and then mirror it afterwards. That's what we're going to do. Okay, for this, yeah, this shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, we'll go 1 1/4 by 8, and then I just need to grab a 2-point circle, go that to that, trim that stuff out, grab this, move copy, create copy, move it over 2.5 millimeters. Okay, there's that and that. And then I'll switch to a top view to cut those out. It doesn't really make sense to draw them from this side. All right, so I'm gonna revolve this I'm going to revolve the whole thing. And I want it to go across there. 90 degrees. Symmetrically. Like that. Reactivate this. Grab these two profiles. Grab them symmetrically. Just cut out like that. And then this pattern looks like it repeats in both directions. So I should probably do that after mirroring. So yeah, so we're gonna grab this, we're gonna mirror this, join that together, and then I want to go back into this sketch and I want to mirror this. So I get like that. Then I can grab all of this stuff. Oh, hey, it's Children of Proteus dropping in on my stream. Hey, guys. All right, so I'm actually not going to cut this. We're going to make this into a new body, and then I'm going to move copy both of these, set my pivot to this central point here, create copy, turn this 90 degrees. Then I'm going to use, oh, hi, Kate. Well, you know, on Twitch it just says Children of Proteus, so, you know, I mean, I guess I should assume it's you. You know, I guess you do the Twitch more so than Charlie does. I would probably be correct in assuming that. What do you do it up so late or early? I guess it'd be really early, huh? It's like 4:30 in the morning over there, isn't it? Well, he is the prettiest fish. Okay, so this is my target. Tool bodies. And come on. There we go. And then cut. Hit OK. And there's that. All right, so that looks like, okay. All right, yeah, that looks pretty right on. All right, and we'll still get a chance to use the emboss tool because we've got this kind of rectangle groove kind of etched out of it. It looks like it reaches around the opposite side. Where does it go? Oh, okay, so it like almost reaches up to the button on both sides. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. That'll be an interesting use of the emboss tool. I wonder if that's going to work or not. All right, so then if I turn both these bodies on, we can see about where we need the thickness difference to happen. So if I turn that off, and we're going to come in here, and I want to offset this. Let's see, we went from 18.5 to 19.75. So that'd be minus 1.25, I think. Yep, and it fits. All right. And we'll probably end up joining these two together. so that you don't have to print two separate pieces and slide them together, I guess. Or would that be better? Oh man, yeah, I kind of thought it would be close to 5 a.m. there. I mean, yeah, I guess most of you guys' fans are America based, so that makes sense. But holy cow, you think it should be joined as one print? I mean, if I join them, there's going to be all these holes on the inside that you don't otherwise see. You know? I don't know if that matters. But you know, all that perforation where it's not necessary would still be there. If I joined them, I probably could grab like the insides of these and extrude them up and kind of and like fill all that in if I needed to. Yeah, you're probably right, because there's these two other rings just kind of hanging out here, and that would be weird to have to like slide those on to like the right spot and work that out. So I get that. That makes sense. Yeah, I think we'll just leave that as is. All right. Yeah, we'll eventually join those together. But for now, we need to go back into here because we've got two more rectangles that I missed. Which need to go, basically going to cover up this and the one next to it. 6 by 19.75. And we're going to move this over. Oops. Need to move it over just a little bit, just a tiny bit. Not that much. Is that pretty well centered? That looks centered. Okay. Cool. Hit okay on that. Copy till it hits that one. Just like that. I know it's not lining up with the design, but I want it to line up like, you know, I want it to line up with the holes. So, all right, cool. So just turn that back on. Revolve these two guys around our central axis. No, not. Oh yeah, I guess so. Okay. Just go full. Then I can go back to this. Well, I can move this revolve behind it, then edit this feature and just cut through those two. Hey, what the heck, man? There we go. There we go. That makes sense. All right, so there's that. That looks pretty right on. We need a rectangular groove that follows around there, and we need this big button thing. I think we can do that pretty easily. Before I jump into that, I want to see if this will combine properly. So let's grab all of this, and it's remembering I wanted to cut last time, but let's hit join on that. Should join. Yep, it joined just fine. All the bodies joined. Why has it got an extra face there? Is there space between these two? There might be space between those two. Alright, so maybe what I need to do is, let's go back to this sketch. And we're going to cut it where it's going to overlap better. Since we're going to join it, we want it to overlap. So that way when I do the join, then the overlap does its thing. Yeah, okay, so now that's just two faces. I think that's because they don't match up on length. So if I just grab this and go to object, then those two will flatten out that way. Yeah, there we go. That works out. Yeah, I might end up pulling these faces out. Oh, it won't let me. Will it let me press pull them out? Is it 1.25? Oh, there we go. Oh, it didn't like that. It did not like that at all. All right. I guess it's just gonna be too complex to mess with from there. I could. What could I do? I could join this. Okay, I have an idea. Let's undo that. We're just gonna step back in the timeline a bit because I want to. Let's see. Is that what I'm looking for? Okay, yeah. So that's that cutout there. So right now that is a solid object, and if I combine these two together while it's solid and hit OK, right? Okay, and then I grab this and do the cut all the way through, which is too big. I need what size do I need again? I need this one. Where's that one at? Okay, so that's 34. Okay. So there we go. Okay, because that's the hole I want to cut out. I want to cut this one all the way through. So now when I look at it, there we go. Now it just has cutouts where the circles intersected with something else that we had going on there. That works out way better. And that means that they should be solid over here too. Yep, so it skips these two rows as well. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. Okay, so, oh, I should probably save. Dark Disciple. I don't want to save it in prequels. Let's save it in, I guess, just lightsabers in general. I'm not sure where to put that. I mean, I guess it's technically prequels since it was concept art for Clone Wars and is the lightsaber that Ventress used in Dark Disciple, the novel, the yellow saber. So I guess that's okay, Tim. All right, so Fusion has this new thing where it can do a thing called emboss, which has not been available before. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go, because usually I do what's called a projection to a surface, and the surface projection doesn't work if you go like past the two-dimensional plane of the cylinder. So if I wanted to project something onto this surface, I couldn't go past that border there. So I'm curious if it'll let me emboss across this cylinder farther than I should be able to. And what I want to do is make a center rectangle. Make it longer than I need. And about where I think it's supposed to sit. And then we need an offset on this. Okay, is that centered between these two? It looks close, but maybe it's a little bit off. I'm curious now. Okay, it says that there is where the center is. Okay, so it is just like a tiny bit off. Let's grab these, make these into construction lines so it doesn't affect our profile. And then I want to break the constraints of my rectangle so that I can move it without it going crazy on me. Okay, so I want to move this. I want to move it. Oh, it was like 1/4 of a millimeter off. Wow. All right. Talk about perfectionism. Oh man, yeah, that's so. Yeah, I recently went through an upgrade on my motherboard, processor, and video card. Because there was a lightsaber I was trying to design, and I was trying to give it a texture, like a bumpy texture, and it had so many tiny shapes it was trying to make. Fusion just kept crashing and kept crashing, and it was using 100% of my old processor. It was limping. So I finally like fixed that. All right, so sketch profile. I want this. I want it on this face. Huh. Look at that. All right, so if I say minus 0.5, holy cow. Emboss is my new favorite tool, guys. I wonder if we had drawn out all those circles, I wonder if it would have let us emboss all the way through and made this perforation on a cylinder instead of doing the sheet metal thing. Like, because the sheet metal thing was always a workaround because they didn't have this emboss tool before. Like, this is crazy. The only thing that I have to kind of figure out is, like, you know, the length of the rectangle, because it needs to be like up to here-ish. Because when we're looking at this view, you know, it gets to like there. So we're short maybe like, let's give it another like 10 millimeters and see where we get to. So now I should be able to edit my sketch. And if I give myself a sketch dimension constraint and then change that constraint, okay, it didn't move it the way I wanted it to move. Dang it. If I grab this and just pull it up. Okay. Move this. Move that one up. Let's say we'll go 6 and 6 first. So we'll move that up 6, and then if I come down here and move this down 6. Oh no, it didn't actually change the frickin'. All right, maybe if I delete some more constraints. Okay, now it's working. All right, so I can pull 6 this way. And as long as I keep my offset, then that won't get affected. Pull 6 this way, hit OK, finish sketch. Should change the emboss. Okay, I feel like I'm a lot closer. I still need like 3 or 4 more millimeters. Okay, so my first guess was more correct. Yeah, like this is a brand new tool. It's not like when I would have to, like, you know, emboss text or anything into a round or curved face. I had to do this sheet metal thing and like a workaround and stuff. It's a pain. But once I learned the skill, then it was like, okay, yeah, I mean, that works. But man, like having this sketch profile freaking wrap around the cylinder, that's amazing. This is the best tool. Okay. I feel like I'm right on the money now. The bottom side looks... Oh, well, duh, the bottom side is not right because the canvas is not stretched to meet mine there. Maybe I can stretch it, though. Whoa! There we go. Now that kind of shows. Okay, so now I need like 1 more millimeter on each side. Totally forgot that I could just warp the canvas to match what I wanted to do. There we go. That feels way closer. These look like they're supposed to be deeper, but is it just that it's one set of short vents and then these are supposed to be longer? Is that what's happening? I feel like that's what's happening. Because, like, I know this is like a 45-degree view, and then that's straight on the opposite side, or this is 90 degrees. This is 45, that's 90. And that does look longer than these do for that side. So it seems that these need to be wider than those. That should be fixable. I just have to get back to this stage, I think. Yep. And then I need to do a scale on these non-uniform, and I need my point to be the origin, and then I need them to pull this way. That seems better. Okay, and just fast forward to the end. There we go. It has a bit of a, it'll have a bit of a weird angle, like right there, because I'm not like projecting through there, because because you can see that face is going straight down instead of like kind of at an angle. Yeah, this one's probably going to be a two-parter, Tim. So we'll go to like, since I started late, we'll probably go to like 12:30, and then and see how far we can get with this. Yeah, I'm not, man. I don't know that I'm happy with that. I feel like I need to project that shape as opposed to cutting straight through. Like for this, it worked out okay because because they're so, you know, they're so much smaller. You wouldn't be able to really tell the difference all that much. But I feel like I need to do something with it. So we're gonna go back one more time. I think okay. Let's do this. Let's go back before I copied it. Before I did that, I'm gonna grab. Let's see what projection does for these. So we're going to start from object, and then we're going to pull in. Okay, so it still pulls it straight. It doesn't taper it. What was I thinking of that would do that? I guess the sheet metal, the sheet metal thing would do that. So, oh, well, here's an idea. Duh. Let's do an emboss. Let's grab these profiles. Grab that face, right? Oh, let's pull it in from that way. Interesting. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, see, look, emboss hits that angle there. What's flip normal? That didn't do anything. Horizontal, vertical distance, rotation angle. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so if I do that once there, and then create another emboss, on this face, but this time rotate it 180. I am adjusting the alignment options. Oh, I see. Okay, that's why that didn't do anything. All right. It's not rotating it the appropriate way. Let's see. Is it vertical distance? That didn't do anything. Is it this way? That's not doing anything either. Okay, so if I want that to appear on the other side, I guess I could split this and then mirror it. But it feels like I should be able to emboss from the other side of the face, right? Yeah, I can mirror it. I'm trying to figure out how to, like, I don't like winding up with like extra bodies in random places. But I could, what I could do is cut away half of this. and that way when I mirror it, there's not an extra body, because usually what you do is you split body, split this down the middle, and then just turn off the half that you're not using, but then that leaves this extra body just kind of in your hierarchy. But if I just bisect this like that, then I should be able to grab this half profile, just cut that out, mirror this across itself, and then it's like that. So that keeps the same number of bodies. All right, so then I want to emboss longer ones here. So we'll go this way. And I want it to line up as close as I can. It'd probably help if I like measured some distances on the other sketch. So hang on, we're gonna go back here, and we're going to take some measurements here. From this edge to there, 1.836. So if I put a construction line there, then I could probably get them lined up. Space between them, 1.25. So what was that again? 1.836? 1.836. Okay. All right, so I can grab. Oh, but I can't grab the edge of this because it's not on that plane. I wonder. Come on, doesn't go away. I don't want a sketch anymore. Oops. No, I do want to do that. Okay. We'll try a tangent plane on top of this. Sketch on the tangent plane, and then so that way it gives me an origin right there. I still can't grab the edges of this thing, but I at least have an origin point that's much closer. So I'll just zoom in like really close. Make myself a little reference line. And then we'll offset that 1.836. Make that a construction line. There we go. Now I have a point of reference. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. All right. Because we go 1.25 wide. And for this one, let's try 14. 2-point circle, bam, bam. Okay. Copy. There we go. Yes, thank you for that reminder. Oops. All right, so let's grab those two. That should be, yep, 1.25 apart. So that's what we need there. And then I just need to, let's see. Yeah, I need to mirror this sketch across. Oh, I don't have a mirror line, so we need to make one. Just need a construction line just out. Doesn't matter where it is. That's the thing about mirroring sketch objects is you have to create a mirror line. You can't use like the origin axes as mirror lines like you can with objects. So that's a little bit weird, but all right. So let's see what emboss does with this. Should do what we're wanting. Grab that face. Yep, that's what we wanted there. We take that down. I think I took it down 3 on the other ones. Yeah, so now it like angles inward. That's what I want to see. So let me see if these are too long or not. No, that seems right about right, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. All right, cool. So now I could do the same thing again, where we go, let's edit this sketch, go from here to here. Oops, that is not what I wanted. Go from there to there. Get rid of the bottom, shoop, and mirror again. There we go. All right, so in my timeline, I'm going to delete extrusion, the copy, the scale, the combine, and then the rest of it should be fine, I think. Haha! Huzzah! It worked. So now when I zoom in here, if I grab that face, now that face is at a nice angle from where the opening is. That'll look really nice. Awesome. That worked out really well. All right, cool. So we need a button on this thing. Save. The button looks like it is... Okay, so it's not completely rectangular. It's got a taper to it. We could create 2 profiles and loft between those, or I think we could just do a taper when we extrude. So if I make the overall size and then taper when we extrude, I think we'll be in a good way. So I want to I want to create a... Do I want to make a tangent plane? Yeah, I want a tangent plane. I want a tangent plane right on that, because I want to build on top of it. I think that's going to make things easier. Man, that origin point even looks like the middle of it, doesn't it? Is it? Not quite. Almost. Almost, but not quite. That's all right. We can just use a 2-point rectangle. And then just make sure that we're centered. All right, so 50 by 10 sounds like a plan to me. We'll see where our middle is. And then we'll just move it. This doesn't have to be super exact on like where it sits, because it's just going to attach kind of on top. So I just get it kind of close. All right, so finish that. All right, as far as the height of it, doesn't look super tall. Looks like it might be around 3 millimeters ish. Let's go back into our sketch space so I can just get a quick... I was right. So 2.75 to 3 3 millimeters at about 1/8 of an inch, so that seems like that would be a good approximation. We'll probably have to make it kind of 3 millimeters thick anyway for it to like join into the cylinder. So, all right, so I'm gonna pop it out this way, and we'll do 2 sides. Yeah, so when it's 3, it pretty much it joins in there. So new body, this direction, we want taper angle. Let's see what. Oh, wrong way. Okay, so go -20. Then that's kind of what we get. Not quite there, so -30. -30 looks pretty right on. Yeah, minus 30 looks pretty right on. I guess. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have done an offset instead of 2-sided. So we're gonna go one side, but we're gonna start from a -1 offset. And then pull it out 3. Now it's looking a little bit small on that, so let's go like 28 degrees-ish. 26. That seems good. Because in the in our concept art here, it doesn't really show us how that joins in. Like there's no flat parts there, so it must just join straight in without any extra bits. So that should be fine. So that's what that'll look like once it gets joined on there, and I guess we'll go ahead and do that. Just go ahead and combine those two together from here to here. Let's call that switch. There we go. All right, so now I can make a sketch on top of this. And then we just need to make a center rectangle. Looks like it's going to be 1 millimeter wide by 6 millimeters tall. That seems like a good. Or should we go 1.25? Because we did 1.25 on some of the other stuff too. Or is that going to be too much? That's fine. All right, cool. Create rectangular pattern out of all of these. Oh wow, that just kind of lined up perfectly. All right, cool. So now we have to is find the number that fits how many are in there. Is it 17? Nope. Okay. 18. 19. 19's right on. Cool. Now I'm gonna say that the white part, I mean, there's nothing sticking up in the side profile. Oh, you can kind of see some shadows there. So yeah, so that does, it's extruded downward or embossed. But since it's a flat face, we don't need to use emboss. We can just select all of our sketch profiles and then just set them back since it's a flat face. All right, one thing I am curious about is some of these dimensions near the top to make sure that it's enough for a printer head to look through. 0.5 millimeters is plenty. 0.5. Okay, so it looks like it's 0.5 from all edges, and a printer head is 0.4. So depending on how you oriented your print, I mean, if you oriented it vertically, then I guess it wouldn't really matter that much on the space between them that way. So, and I guess that would be the expectation is doing that. So, okay. So now that that part is done, I need to soften out some of these edges here. So we're going to grab our fillet tool. And we're just going to take away some of this sharpness. Put a 0.5 millimeter fillet on all those just to round them off a little bit, make things a little bit softer. I probably won't do it for the cutouts, I don't think. I mean, it kind of looks like maybe they should. Should I go ahead and round over everything? Or just those ledges? Just the main parts there, or should I fillet all of it? Mr. Pie Daddy says, nah, no fillet. It's, yeah, I mean, in this size, it's probably unnecessary, but I do like I like the fillets on like the edges of bands and the ends of pieces, just to give it that tiny bit of space. But filleting all those pieces, yeah, I agree, probably not necessary. I was kind of leaning away from it anyway. All right, cool. So moving on to the emitter, because I think the emitter is going to be pretty easy on how that works out. Trying to decide if I'm going to end up doing the inner chassis or not. I don't know if I want to do all that stuff in there. I mean, I guess it'd be kind of cool if we did at least like on the inside of the switch area, made like that part of that chassis with a little crystal and stuff. That could be cool. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the emitter. I can always go back and do fillets later. Try to always do my fillets last in case I ever want to. Yeah. You can see like basically from here to like here. Basically this part is unnecessary. And I guess like mostly like where the crystal is, you can't necessarily see where the crystal is, but if we do model it, I can make the crystal a light source in the render, and it could look really cool, like glowing out of that. So we might do that. Wires, probably not going to do those. I mean, we could toy around with modeling wires if we wanted to, but probably not necessary for the printing part, unless I want the wires to like lay against here, you know, against that surface as just like an additional little texture, but probably not necessary. Okay, let's grab our origin, come out here. We're coming out to 20.5, 2.5, 20.5. And then this one's just a smidge taller. So this one looks like 3.25. Could go 21. I think I'd be happy with that. And then because I like having dimensions on all my pieces, I'm going to go ahead and fill that in with a 19 so that I know exactly where that's sitting, because I want that to be the same there, so that I can go 19, by 3. And then we'll go, really, 11? That means that this one's gonna have a pretty small diameter blade. I think we can get a 7/8 blade through this. I might have to fudge this end a little bit, because I'm trying to remember. I know you can get 7/8 blades, but I don't think you can get 3/4 inch diameter blades. I mean, if you're building it custom, you could get your own anyway. But so if I want to go 7/8, that's a 22 millimeter opening with tolerance, which means I've got to have at least 23 millimeters worth of space. I'm only 1 millimeter off from that, so I could go 11.5 and just fudge it a little bit. I could scale up the whole thing a little bit later. I try not to do scaling like at the very last of it, just because that sometimes that can mess up, you know, some of the thicknesses of materials too and stuff. So I try to keep the length of the lightsaber as reasonable as possible, and then when I'm like making things have more girth but no length, then it can get like really wonky. So if I can just toy with numbers like a tiny bit at a time, sometimes I can make it work out without getting too distorted. I'll go 16 on that. Well, the inner diameter that I would need for a 7/8 blade comes out to like 22.75. And this would give me 23. So that's, oh yeah, that's like a super thin wall. So 22.75, and then you need at least like a 2 millimeter wall. That means that basically it needs to be 25. So this needs to be 12.5. Good catch on that. So yeah, so it needs to be like out to here. I think whenever we rotate this, it's going to be just not even noticeable that the design is a little bit girthier. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree that it still looks okay, even if it's like pushing a little bit past that boundary there. Well, thanks for chiming in, Tim. You could have told me. Yeah, I could pull out the other ridge a little bit as well. I want to see how this turns out. I think what we've got going here is going to turn out just fine. I want to select my origin as the axis. Yeah, okay. I'm relatively happy with that. I think it's fine. I mean, yeah, I know I've I've got a bit of a latency using Restream to go to YouTube and Facebook simultaneously. I get about I think 8-second delay about. I haven't quite figured out how to improve that. So for now, it's just kind of, you know, whatever I can do with it. 1.25 on that one. Oh yeah, I guess I could have just grabbed the face. .5. I think it needs to be 1.75. Nope. 0.65. 1.55. Close enough. There we go. All right, and then we'll just we'll fillet these. This one I think is going to get a bigger fillet, so we're going to go 0.5 on those. But then for the one on the end, I was thinking just a little bit more. Usually the very end of the lightsaber has that a little bit more of a rounded look on that, so that's our emitter. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pop that out a little bit and then move it again, but move it point to point, because I want this. Oh, right, that's the selection. I want this to line up with that. There we go. I just want to make sure it was lined up perfectly, because I know my sketches might have been off by like a tiny, tiny hair. I wouldn't get annoyed. All right, it looks like our grip area is another opportunity for the emboss tool. So thinking we'll make a cylinder, and then I'll make the repeating pattern so that it wraps around. If this is our, did I put the, dang it, I've been building it backwards. Easily fixed though. All I got to do is rotate this back back where we need it. There we go. Good thing this thing doesn't have a lot of asymmetrical details, because I just realized we had been building on the reverse side of the image for all that stuff. Okay, so at 90 degrees from the button, these come down. Okay, so okay, so this appearance happens on the bottom as well. So we might as well create half a cylinder and emboss one and then mirror. Nope, nobody caught that. Not one. That's all right. Okay, since I want to make a half a cylinder, I don't want to create cylinder and then cut away half of it. I can just create sketch and then just rotate it half. All right, so it looks like it's about, would you say 96 long? And then 19.75 to match our metal parts there. Let's go ahead and finish that. Revolve that at an angle. We'll go 180. Just like that. Okay. I think all right, let's make a center rectangle. So I can get a better sense of dimension here. So 3.5 or 3.25. 36. That seems right. All right, cool. Grab this rectangular pattern, rectangular pattern and circular pattern are probably two of the most commonly used things or two of the most common things that I use in the sketch tools: circular pattern, rectangular pattern, and mirror. Because in lightsabers and props and stuff, there's so many repeating patterns, and this is like the easiest way to make them for sure. It's so convenient. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of them. All right, so I just go, oops, 13. Hit OK. Finish sketch. All right, we'll create an emboss of these on that face. Nice. All right. Let's see. The difference in height doesn't look like much. So 0.5 millimeter difference is probably plenty, I think. Let me switch to a bottom view here. That looks about right. Though might need to go longer on those rectangles and reach down a little bit more, maybe. Let's mirror it and see what it looks like. All right, so here's this. Oh, okay, so that even shows like in that view it should go farther. So go back to our sketches. We'll go. And this is probably going to mess up. Yep, I hate it when it does that. Should just move up 2. Okay, finish sketch. Okay, that definitely looks closer, but still not quite there. I think I need to go more. Let's go 44. Move it up another 2. There we go. Now that looks right on. So now when I turn this way, oops, not that way. Now when I click to the bottom there, that's how close those are, and that looks about the same as that, in my opinion. I think we got it. I think we ended up where we needed to be on that. All right, let's pop this guy out, and then move him point to point. Oop, that's not what I wanted. From there to there. There we go. All right. Now the edges of the black grip area are definitely filleted. Let's see. It seems more round than the other parts. So I'm actually thinking a 1 millimeter radius on that, and that looks fairly close. Yeah, close enough for me anyway. Okay. I'm not going to add the Covertech clip. Covertech clip parts are super easy to find, and then you just have to drill and screw it in and stuff. So I'm not going to bother with modeling out a Covertech clip. I should probably model my own version, or like download a version and like import it into my files so I can like derive it into various designs where needed. But okay, so pommel. Let's this is sleeve. Oh, I should probably cut that hollow. We'll do that whenever I get to the connector pieces. So we'll just get rid of that stuff for now. Make our sketch for our pommel. Okay, need to grab the origin so that we're stuck to it. There we go. Pommel size doesn't matter too much, so I could probably just get close to what these are. 4.5 by 17 sounds good to me. And 12.5 by 1.25. It's a pretty common. 1.25 millimeters seems to be a recurring thickness or width in this particular design. Kind of interesting. There we go. Finish that. Revolve these three guys. All right. It even gives us our vent design. That's pretty convenient. Let's just go ahead. Let's just go ahead and put that in here. Let's see, 16.75 offset 1.5, and then we need 45. And then we'll offset this 1.75 that way, and minus 1.75 the other way. And then we'll copy, or we can mirror, yeah. So I just need one that goes this way. Construction. Construction. Hey, I thought I made you into construction line. There we go. There we go. All right, so then I can mirror these across that. There we go. And then I'll go to Edit Sketch, grab this, Control C, oh, did I? I only rotated half of that. Full, okay. There we go. Now I can create a sketch on this, hit paste. It's way over there. All right, because of where the origin is. Okay. Boom, right there, right on the money. Okay. Finish that sketch. Extrude those 4 parts. Just like that. And then this needs filleting for sure. The other side of it also looked like it was needed some filleting as well. Let's grab another edge. Do 1.0 on that too. And for this one, does 0.5 look right? Or does it need to be a 1 also? That could be a 1. There we go. All right, so then we'll just pop that out and then move it back point to point so I can grab not that point, this to that. There we go. Now they butt up mathematically perfect. Hey, there we go. All right, so now this just needs to be, I need to make connectors for things, and then we could probably get the inside done as well. See, I've got like 35 minutes ish. I could probably get this done. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and design it down there where this is. This looks like it's pretty easy to put together. We just need it from here. So just gonna, or actually, you know what? No, it's gonna be better if I just move the canvas. Let's edit canvas. Let's see what's better. The drawn diagram or the picture? Probably the drawn diagram. There we go. Okay. So we need to be, let's see, so we'll start there. Just plot this out really quickly. What are those pieces? Don't know. That's just the line art with some black infill. This is just the line art. So I guess that's interpretable. Could be, it doesn't have a height difference on either side. I'm not sure what that is. Let's just move on from it. 7, 13.5. This is 15, 3.25. There's one. Yeah. But then I stretched the canvas later on. So the canvas should be correct now. If I turn all this stuff on, like, it still fits inside of there. So as long as it fits inside, then it's fine. And I can the inside part I could scale up if I want it to fit tighter. So I think I'm okay. Yep, we will save it as soon as we're done with this sketch, I think. 4, no, 4.5, yes. 13.5, no. 14, better. All right, and then I'm gonna say that these black lines are like grooves, and then this part kind of sticks out a little bit. So one thing I could do would be to make one cylinder, split it and then fillet the edges to make little cracks and grooves. Or I could, let's see, I think doing an emboss would probably take a little too much. There we go. Okay. Just had to make sure that wasn't super important. Yeah, no problem, man. I'm on Mondays, usually around 9 p.m. is when I'm on, so. Feel free to join anytime. All right, let's see. Okay, so you will see that part too. All right. All right. 14.5, 32. Just connect these. Okay. Grab this. Rectangular pattern. Like that. And then these are going to be, okay. I do need this much here at least. And then I guess the inside. See how that goes. Okay. I think that's all the parts that I can make from this particular angle. Okay. So let's revolve this, this, and that. Okay. All right, then I want to revolve every other one of these. New bodies. Or I guess if I hit new body, then it'll just be, okay, no, I know what I need to do. Yeah, I gotta select every other one, or it's gonna treat it as one body. Because then I can revolve these. New body. There we go. Now I got a whole bunch of bodies there. There we go. All right, then I can grab the fillet tool, grab these faces. Or I guess I could, if I'm gonna grab faces, I might as well just turn everything on. Because then I can just grab all these. Go 0.5 like that, then fill out these last two 0.5 like that, then combine all those into one thing. There we go. Now we have a lot less bodies to deal with. Okay. I feel like this rectangle piece, I'm trying to figure out, like, it should be cylindrical maybe. So okay, I have an idea. Let's see if this works. Need to go back into our sketch, and I'm just going to put an extra rectangle right on top of it that is 0.5 tall. Finish that. Then if I revolve this angle, okay. And if I go one side, I just need to approximate the width of it, and it looks like it's like a third, right? So 60 degrees sounds like that should be correct. And then if I make that a new body, and then I grab this and rotate on this origin axis, then I should be able to pull that down another 60 degrees. Okay, so it ended up a little bit wider. So I could go into edit feature and we could go like 45 degrees. And then the rotate would need to be $65. Okay, that's a lot closer. I think that's close enough, honestly. All right, I'm going to assume that it looks the same on the other side. So we're going to go ahead and mirror this to the other side and then combine all that back together. There we go. And then I want to combine this to this to this to that. So that's all one thing. And then that's all one thing. Okay, cool. All right, so then that means that there should be 1, 2, 3, 4 of these bar things there. Oh, you know what? You know what those are? This right here, that's a nut. That's like a hex nut, and these are like rods that like screw into place. That's what that is. That's a nut right there. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense when we think about like how you'd need to put those in there. Like this should be way smaller, shouldn't it? Or maybe that's what this line is here. Maybe that's like some kind of cutout where it's gonna have room for that stuff. I don't know. We could play with it a little bit, I think. Very, very funny, Tim. Very, very funny.
You have reached the voicemail box of
Kina.
All right, I want to undo that, or well, turn it off, because I want to come in here and I want to make a sketch on this right here. I want to figure out the size of the rod.
Just wait for the tone.
Let's see. 3 millimeters would be an 1/8 inch rod. That seems appropriate. And then I just want the edge of it to just touch that. I think that's what I want.
The person you're trying to
And that,
reach
I think that's what it's
is
supposed
not
to do.
available right now.
Okay. So edit sketch, circular pattern, this guy, center point is there,
If you need
4 of
further
them,
assistance,
okay.
enter pound now. Please leave your name, number, and a message after the tone.
There we go. Join there to there. All right, so that takes care of that part.
Bye.
So then where these come out the other side, this is where I'm getting a little confused, because like there's nowhere to put a nut here. Like it would be all the way out here because of where the rod is. But you can see that the rod lines up right there, and it lines up to that detail. This rod lines up to that detail. This rod lines up to that detail. So it's like, thank you for keeping track of time for me. So it's like, I don't understand. Because, wait, what if it's not 4? What if it's 6 of these? So it's like, this isn't the top. It's more on this, because the top is, okay. Let's try that. Circular pattern 5, 6. Well, no, because then there wouldn't be one in the middle. To have one there, 3 and then 3. Oh, I guess unless it's like, oh, okay. I know what I did. All right. So if I grab, so go ahead back to edit sketch, grab my sketch profiles, move, rotate, free move, and pivot right there. Because if it's like that, then we're on to something. Then it needs to be moved out more. Yeah. Because then this needs to be up to here where this is. So if I grab Or is it not gonna... Where's the... How come it's not constrained anymore? Oh, what the heck, man? Is it because I moved it? What happened? Okay. You know what? You know, we're gonna fucking start over. Screw it. We're gonna start over. Gonna go 3 millimeters right there. Okay. Except not right there. We want it like... like maybe out to there or something. Because then I want a circular pattern of this around this 6 times. Okay. And the top edge of this needs to meet where? There. Okay. So then I need a tangent line right there. Oh, it worked. Okay. Move copy. Cool. There we go. Okay, so this makes a little bit more sense as far as like how it's set up. I don't know, Tim. I'm pretty convinced it's 6. I think it was just like this weird angle here. Because now if I grab these sketch profiles and I turn it this way, it looks like it should be 4, even though it's not. And if I continue, and if I extend them the other way, what the heck? What am I? What's that extra body? Something is hanging out. Okay, we're gonna cut that short. We're gonna do new bodies. Do 2 sides. Pull these this way. And now where those pop out, I could do like some kind of cutout there that's gonna give it room for the nut to exist. So I'm going to pull this open. We'll go just far enough so I know where to put those. We'll hit OK on that. What is body 14? Where did that come from? Oh, is that the pommel? Dang it, I just forgot to name it. I was like, what is this thing just hanging out of here out of nowhere? That's not one of the parts. Totally was. Okay. This needs to be bigger to accommodate these. This is 30. This is 28. So we need to press pull this 1 millimeter. And now that's also 30. Now we can grab all these. Join that to that. There we go. See, that's looking more like what I thought it was going to be. All right, so we need a seam there, and I think I know what I want to do with this. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to try it. Because I think what I want to happen, let's see, it's just a little bit farther than that. So it's like there-ish. So here's my thought. I think if I go like this, and then, oh, that's not what I'm, okay, hang on. I need to think this through completely, because I need it to start I need to start a little bit away from this. Okay. All right, I think if I grab it like this, turn that off, pull this up symmetrically, cut. Then when I look at it from the side, still have same height on top and bottom. But when I turn this back on, now there's space for nuts. Okay, I guess my rectangle missed a little bit there. Yeah, okay. All right, so let's make an adjustment here. Widen that out that way. Turn this back on. Probably pull this in a little bit. Okay, that's about the same now. Okay, so, I mean, that kind of works. If I wanted to, I could revolve like another smaller disc like this through here, probably. In fact, I could just grab this profile, punch that through, say join, hit OK. And that way we've got it filled in a little bit, and it kind of adds a cool detail. And then to get rid of this difference here, we'll just grab this and we'll go to object, hit OK, just to clean that up a little bit. Grab that face, go to object, clean that up. There we go. Cool. Okay. I feel like that works. I feel like that works. All right, so I'm going to create a sketch on this plane and then just turn the body off so that we can make a circumscribed polygon right on this origin here, and about in the middle. And we'll just go a little bit bigger. I don't want to go too big, and I feel like I want to stay inside the borders here. Let's see, we could go 1.75. Yeah, definitely hexagonal, for sure hexagonal. Circular pattern, grab that guy, grab that as our center point, do 6 of them, hit OK. Now what should our should it be another hexagon on the inside that it why am I making a circular pattern with the sketch? I'm going to be making a body and then making a circular pattern of the body. That was unnecessary of me. Anyway, we could make an offset with a smaller hexagon. So that it's yeah, I like that. I think that'll be cool. All right, so we just need to grab this. New body. Turn this back on because I need to see where I'm at with this. Go out just a little bit farther, I think. Go out 2 millimeters for it. And then we'll grab this, go from this object, cut in, just like that. Boy, that would be a pain to use an Allen wrench on. You know, I don't think we need the that extra detail. That just seems superfluous. So now I can create circular pattern with the body. That's what we want to do. Let's create circular pattern with the body. Around this axis, 6 of them, hit OK. There we go. Turn that off, turn that off, and combine all this crap together. There we go. We are getting somewhere. Now we just need the parts that hold the crystal and a crystal. There was a little detail. Yeah, some little screws sticking out there. That'll be pretty easy. Just need to make one and then make a circular pattern of it. So that should be doable. Go ahead and fillet that. Fillet these 2 guys. And this one too. There we go. Okay. I'd put those set in, not sticking out when we get there. Set in, not sticking out. Not sure what we're getting at there. I do need to fix this fillet here. Actually, I probably just need to get rid of that fillet. because we're too close to the border there. That's all the appropriate size. We could press pull this just a tiny bit more, because we're still at like 30.5. That gets a little bit tight, I think. Let's see, what is the interior diameter of this guy? 34. Okay, so it technically fits. It fits. So, no worries there. Oh yeah, that totally fits in there. I could go a little bit more even. Just to give these some clearance there. Press pull that. Another 0.25. Did it do it? What's going on here? There we go. The end screw details. I'm still not sure what you mean by them being set in instead of sticking out. I'm not 100% sure. I guess that inner detail I was working on. Calamari and Saber, would those be fish fillets? Yep. Show yourself out, Mario. You're banned. You are perma banned for that awful terrible joke. Just get out. Just get out. There we go. Okay, now I was able to fillet it and not get too close to those. 12:30. Oh man, but we're so close. We're so close. I can make this ready for printing on my own if I just get the modeling part done. So, you know what? We started late, so let's just keep going. All right, so we've got from here to here. So it's right about, see if I can attach to something. That's around 5.5. Okay, so that means that this should be around 11, right? Yeah. And then the one that we're going to, 7 seems about right. Okay. So grab both of these, offset about 3 millimeters, and then start. Oh, too far. All right. Offset 2 millimeters. Good enough. So we do that, and then I should be able to create a loft from here to there. Bam. Cool. I'm not sure what the inside of this looks like until we can get like a crystal in it. It'll probably, you know, have a shape in it that fits the crystal really well, so All right, so then we need this side. Looks fairly similar in design. So we need to make a sketch on that plane. Make this one also 11. And then it lofts to 7 the other way. Or well, not quite 7, is it? It's more like 6.25-ish. All right, so grab these. Like that. And then I can just, you know what? Instead of using that other sketch, I'm just going to do this and just taper it. Wow, this is, there we go. There we go. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and combine these two together for now. I think for printing, what I'd probably do is make larger holes in this section and then make these a little bit longer to make it fit that way. Instead of through all that detail there, I think I would just make it fit through this. It just seems simpler to me. So we'll go ahead and split so I don't forget that I need to do that. And then I just need to recombine that to that. There we go. Save. All right, so now we just need a crystal that looks kind of like the one in the concept art, I guess. I forgot about these stupid little screw head things. Fart. All right, let's make one real quick. No, I'm pretty sure that they are sticking out because you can see this line that goes under it like that, line goes over it, line here, line there, definitely sticking out. I mean, because if it was set in, you'd see a double line at the top here from where it's rotating, not a double line there. Move, rotate around this axis. Is it 45? I bet it's 45. It is 45. All right, cool. All right, grab this, do a circular pattern, 4. There we go. Easy. Combine this with all those. There we go. Little detail, no time at all. All right. So now I'm going to edit the, let's see. How rough do I want this crystal to look? I think, all right, I'm just going to kind of go with something here. Turn that one off. I'm going to turn this one on. We're going to make a sketch right off of this. Here, we're going to start with a polygon. And I want to start with something that has plenty of sides to work with. So let's go 8-sided. And why not? 4.2 just seems fine. We'll just go with that. So, gonna grab this. Gonna go with an offset of 15. Not 15. 12. There we go. Not symmetric. Let's just do 2 independent sides. Go this way and this way. There we go. Taper. Oh, that's right. Okay, so I don't want to do that. I want to I don't want to taper yet. Right. So what I want to do is make it short from where I want the taper to start. And then extrude off of that to taper from. Because if I do 45, then that gets like that. Same thing here. I want it to join, but not to that. There we go. It's turning out a little bit long. Let's go back to our first extrude and just pull this back. It's a little better. Yeah, because we just want those points to go into those sides there. All right, so now I should be able to grab chamfer. We'll grab a few edges there. We'll grab an edge or two on this side. I'm just gonna kind of randomly chamfer it in different places just to kind of like, just to give it extra facets here and there, make it imperfect. No, that's not what I wanted. Let's grab, not you, let's grab you. And then grab these two. Oops, not that, that. Because I kind of want it to... What happens if we grab this edge, go that way with it? No, that makes it even flatter. This side is kind of lopsided, isn't it? Is it this one? Maybe it's that one. That's kind of like becoming more of an interesting shape now, I think. Kind of getting those natural facets to it. It's kind of roundish, but also weird and lopsided, non-symmetrical, asymmetrical, that's the word. Could grab maybe this one. Yeah, just kind of grind that down a little bit. It's like grinding a real gem, I guess. Let's see, what if, nope, not that. Oh, interesting. Okay. If I grab a face, then it does all the edges of that face. Not exactly what I want, but okay, maybe I can get it to thin out on this edge if I grab more of these. A little bit. Yeah, okay. That's kind of going the way I want. And then if I grab these two, go that way with it, then it's kind of rounding out that way. Okay, let's see what that looks like. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so then all I have to do is grab this, do a cut operation with this as the tool body, keep the tool, hit OK. Do the same thing over here, target, tool, cut, keep. So then if I drop the crystal, then I get these little indentations that only fit the crystal one way, which I can kind of help with that if I think if I fill this out, you know, then maybe it'll be. Come on, come back. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. We're almost done. No. Come on. We're so close. Don't do this to me now. I just did the crystal and I didn't save. Ah. Crap. I don't think it auto-saved before I finished that crystal. Damn it. We were so close. We were so close. We did so much. We came so far. And ultimately, Fusion was just like, nah. You get nothing. Oh. It says it has a recovery file. There's our crystal! Okay, so it just didn't copy the our cut. That's what it didn't copy. So save that. Bam. All right, cool. We are safe. All right, so the question is, I know what I need to do. Okay. So if I measure from this face to this face, I get exactly 23 millimeters. Okay. So the distance from this face to this face is not a happy number. 21.337. What the heck? Okay. So how can I need to eliminate 0.337. Okay. I'm gonna go to this one. We're gonna go back minus 0.337. All right, then inspection from here to here should show 20. What? I went the wrong way. I need to extrude 0.337 more to make this and this be happy. Okay. Alternative option is I take this whole thing and translate it this way. 337.
Our struggle as artists isn't about appeasing the crowd.
Okay, so then that to that 21. Okay, so now that that's 21, the crystal is 23. Then what we need. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do what I did before. I'm gonna use this as a cutting tool. But I'm just going to use that to kind of get an idea of like how much room I need to cut away from these things to make it all fit. Because I don't want the crystal to have to fit like a very specific way. So we're gonna round it out and stuff. So this like that. Okay. Get rid of that. There we go. All right. Save. Before we do anything else, save. Because we're so close here. Alright. So I feel like if I make that, right? And then just pull that back. Hey, what the heck, man? There we go. And then if I fillet this, then it should be like really easy to pop that in there. I might make that opening just a little bit smaller. Maybe. Well, I know that fits like that, so maybe I should leave that alone. Okay. All right. So then same thing over here. Make a circle that's just barely bigger. Turns out to be almost 3 millimeters on the dot. There we go. There. All right. I know I have to fix this stuff to like make it all fit together and stuff, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I want to turn things on and color this and render it real quick. So modify appearance. We're going to go with, let's see, we need, no, not glossy black, matte black for that. And we need, let's go with, For some reason, it doesn't have that. Let's see, where are you? Project files, shopped, seamless sci-fi. Apply. There we go. Okay. If I get rid of the switch, then this interior stuff, we'll make that matte black. Yellow LED for that. And then this was black, I think. Okay. And then there was some white faces. Or at least they looked white. Not ABS white. There we go. Ah, dang it. I selected the wrong friggin' thing, man. Try again. When you click just a little bit off, then you accidentally select the whole thing. Damn it, I did it again. Alright, slow down. You're not in a hurry. You're not in a hurry. Just slow down. I mean, yeah, it might shake around a bit, but I guess the expectation is if you don't want it to jostle, then you can just glue it in place, you know? Why didn't that look like it did anything? Oh, what the hell, man. Come on, don't do that to me. Alright, let me double check the canvas here. Oh yeah, that's pretty much it, isn't it? Okay. Not really much color to it, so I just got to get that frickin' thing to go white. I don't know why it's forcing me to do this. Ah, come on, man. Keep. All right, you know what? Save. Okay. Go to the render space. Appearance. Oh, good, it's working. All right. Just do a few at a time. But now it doesn't want to do those. What the hell, man? It's been doing this on a couple of the other ones I've tried. Son of a... It's been doing this on some of the other ones where I'm trying to change appearances and I have to like change it to an appearance I don't want and then change it to an appearance I do want, but it won't just change to the appearance I want. And then if I tell it to like keep, if I try to change like the whole body component and then tell it to keep the faces that I changed, it doesn't do that. So like something's wonky with the appearance thing. But if I can get it to work long enough to take a picture, doesn't really matter to me if it remembers. There we go. Okay. We've got one more thing we have to do in design space. We have to put a blade in this. So we need sketch on the front. And big enough for a 7/8 blade comes out to, let's see, so 22 point something. 22.22. So we need at least a 23 millimeter. Or well, I guess 22.75 would be acceptable. Okay, then just back that up a little ways. Kind of a thin-walled emitter there, but all right. And then this is 22.25. There we go. And then appearance, yellow, render. We're gonna go this way with this one apparently. Bit of a turnaround from the ways that we've rendered all these before. Quick in-canvas render to see how it's going to look. Oh yeah, that crystal glowing from the inside, that's going to look really freaking cool. For sure. Alright, we'll stop that. Hit render on this. Okay, so while that's rendering, I want to say thank you to everybody that hung out with me tonight and watched me build the Dark Disciple lightsaber. It is pretty much finished. I've got a couple tweaks to do here and there to get it ready for download, but this will probably be another one of those designs that I just give away. A lot of people have modeled this one, so it it just doesn't make. I would rather give it to my followers than try to charge for this one. But if you want to mix and match it with other stuff, then that's where supporting the modeling comes in. So this is probably going to take a few minutes to render out. So be on the watch on Facebook, Instagram. Tomorrow I'll be posting the render of this, and I'll probably go ahead and do the Darth Maul version where it's half this saber and half Darth Maul from the Season 7 Clone Wars, and do a render of that as well as the double-bladed version, and we'll see how that goes. So good night everybody, thanks so much for hanging out, and we'll see you next Monday 9 p.m.